What's up, villains? It's the Rules of Villainy podcast, episode 93, and I'm your host, Villain Vince, joined as always by my co-hosts, Villain Andy, and the mayor of Lorcana himself, Brad. How are we doing? We're back. We're back. You've long awaited. The gang is back, and not only that, totally uncoordinated. We all wore the same shirt. I'm glad.
Oh, yeah.
We're all members of the D23.
I didn't kick this off at all by getting this shirt 10 minutes ago in the mail.
Hey, listen, I don't know about you, Andy, but since I've gotten this shirt, I eat, sleep, and breathe all day, every day.
That's good. That's how you live.
I only wear this shirt.
Wow. You need to wash it eventually. Andy's speechless.
No, I just want to point out
I jump in the shower with it on.
The reality of the fact is that Brad wore the shirt unknowingly. I, with my senses tingling, I could tell that Brad was going to wear this shirt, just as I did to Vince at the set champs that we casted. I knew Brad was going to wear it, so I put mine on. And then Vince wanted to be cool and join the club, so he went and grabbed his as well.
I listen. I was wearing this shirt this entire time, so much like you got the Spidey sense, I got the Spidey sense too.
It's not actually a shirt. Vince just has that design tattooed on his upper body.
Prison break. Okay, yeah.
But while you were gone, Brad, you missed a couple things. Just so you know, Vince has cut 98% of the intro out. Getting lean,
noticed,
and mean with the intro, and he's done a really, really good job. So I'm really proud of him. He used to add on to the intro by talking about how short his intro was. Those days are long gone.
To the show. I don't know if you know this.
You heard the show?
To the show. Yes.
Whoa. It was pretty. It is pretty short though. I have to give myself credit how short it is.
I was still somehow surprised when you just took off today, because I was like, it's been so long since I've been here to experience it. And if the viewers, the people watching this on YouTube, you can rewind back. If you didn't see already, my face was like, oh, we're in this now. Okay, here we are.
It's actually especially funny given our intro, because at Bodox, I gave somebody trouble because they asked Andy if this was his first trading card game, and I was like, "Wait, what? You don't listen to the podcast?" It's like because our intros often said 3 new trading card game players, and Andy was like, "Well, you don't even say that anymore." And I was like, "But I did for 88 episodes. Leave me alone."
Guys, I picked up a new classification over the last couple weeks. It is now husband.
Oh, I thought it was going to be married, but husband works too.
Well, married, yeah. I mean, that's a key word probably, but
support.
I'm also no longer the mayor of Lorcana. Unfortunately, I am the mayor of Matrimony. That's my new title, and this is the Rules of Matrimony podcast, a podcast within a podcast. Send in your questions, and I will give you advice after 1 week of marriage to make sure that you get through yours as well.
And for our listeners, those of you that are still single or bachelors or whatever, it's okay. You still got me. I am single for the foreseeable future here. So
are you
nobody's
trying to date a viewer, Vince?
No.
You got me. I'm here.
What has happened since I left?
Dates of Villainy, a podcast within a podcast where Vince swipes left on
podcast.
Lumineers live on.
No, the live speed dating Lorcana podcast on Friday nights. Oh my gosh. Off the rails. We're 5 minutes into this one.
Okay. All right. But yes, congratulations. It's really we're happy for you. And we're glad you got to take a little bit of break, getting ready to go for set champs. We're going to talk a little bit about set champs here in a second, but let's get into Underworld news, which we now have a jingle for right here. Extraordinaire. Thank you, Andy. I really appreciate it. So our first segment of Underworld news is the fact that we're in reveal season. Can you believe it? We're in full swing of reveal season. And did you guys know we have another rule of villainy?
Crazy. It's the first common one. It's syndrome.
It is a common. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Because
The
I guess
lowest before that was a Scar in set 5. He was an uncommon. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing that now. It's totally fine. But then when I saw Syndrome was a common, I was like, whew, which is kind of on brand though, I think too, since he's like, a wannabe. I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but he falls into the track of villainy or whatever. And when I think of Jason Lee voicing him and everything, I'm like, yeah, he could be just a common villain. You know what I mean? I laughed when I saw it, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah. And as the 5th rule of villainy, the best way to get revenge on your enemies is lots of practice. As Andy like to be, practice? We just talking about practice?
Oh yeah, your Ted Lasso quote.
Thanks,
have you seen the real clip yet?
Yes, I have seen
okay.
The one now. Thank you. You're never gonna let that go.
No.
Ever. It's gonna be like a core memory. But yeah, so that was revealed this past week by a German content creator.
Yeah. Really exciting.
Alien Enchanted. Pretty sure we got an RC car. Did that get enchanted too?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping as much up with the Enchanteds because because
you'll never pull them.
Well, that's
wow.
True. Others that are in the long running, not interrupted series of Canville and Vince pull an Enchanted will know that I can't pull an Enchanted. But no, I haven't been pulling because for viewers that are listening here or watching, now that Lorcana has become a much more global game, we've gotten a lot more global content creators getting reveals and also organizations getting reveals as well. So like I think is it like Taco
Bell?
Toys? No, the Japanese toy maker. They're the ones that print Lorcana in Japan. Which I'm sure I said wrong. They revealed some stuff, I think today or yesterday. And so we've got stuff being released in China. This has happened for a few sets as well, but it's really great to have like a full global community of content creators as well joining in. But also, if you're listening to this on Friday, which hopefully you are, earlier this week, the VIP and premium add-ons went on sale for those that purchased tickets at the Disney Lorcana Challenge Indianapolis. So
did you guys get them?
Yeah.
Well, Brad, you got yours. The mayor gets the free VIP, right? They
of course, yeah.
They reached out
when I was the mayor of Lorcana. I'm the mayor of Matrimony now, so I don't get those perks.
Oh my goodness gracious!
No, I thought about getting it, and I was considering it more on Monday, when it was supposed to happen, and then they announced that we're going to push it a day, and then they went through all the steps that they did, sending the emails and all that stuff. And I'm a lot busier on Tuesdays, so the time frame to which to order them, and I know they're limited numbers, 100 for the VIP, 400 for the premium, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to take the time to go try to do this and spend out all that extra money. The value's there for sure, and I'm happy for everybody that got it. But I think I'm just going to go try to earn my tickets. I don't really need both playmats. I pretty much exclusively play on the Scar. So, but I do kind of really want the Simba. So I'm gonna try pretty hard. I think in Indianapolis to get the Simba at least. But we'll see how that goes.
Did you get a competitor badge or an attendee badge?
Yeah, I got a competitor badge.
Do you have a Mulan and a Pegasus obviously already, right? From Milwaukee?
I have a Pegasus and I was gifted a Mulan because I did so poorly in Milwaukee. Yes, so shout out to Ron from Snuggly Duckling, big friend of the show and local here. But yeah, he gave me an extra Mulan, which I'm so appreciative to. I almost gave it to the last girl I played that day because we were both battling for our third win. in the second to last round, and then she didn't get the third. She got me, and she didn't get the last round, and I was like, I should just give her this card, but Ron just gave it to me, and I didn't know how he'd feel about it. But so that's a long way of saying yes. I have the Mulan. I'm sorry.
So you should, when you're playing in the main event as a competitor, especially in Infinity, if you get 3 losses, you should, even if you don't have the wins to get the Mulan card, you should really take a consideration of just dropping and going and trying to do. You also want to take some of your, maybe some of your wedding money that you got, some of your spending fun, and then figure out some of these side events to do, because really grinding the side events. I don't know what format it's going to be, but the Friday event, I believe, you're going to be down there in time for that. So the Friday side event was very profitable, if you will, in the way of tickets. Earns a lot of tickets, like the skee ball game at the arcade gets you a good amount of tickets.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely very reasonably doable. And I think you'll have a lot of teammates there helping you out with some extra tickets at the end if needed.
Well, definitely appreciate that. I want to earn it though. I'm gonna try real hard, I think.
Andy, did you get the VIP?
We didn't want VIP. The VIP is basically just the backpack is the only added bonus. Because we already have one mat. So, and we have the promos. So it was like, one of us could go in the lounge. We get the backpack and an extra mat, and then we'd really have nothing to play for. So we just went with one premium, which gets us the second mat that we need, and now we could spend all our tickets on other fun stuff. Maybe an uncut sheet. I'm thinking maybe I can get to 60,000, which I think is the cheapest uncut sheet. Playmats are 18,000, but 60,000, I don't know.
Wild. The numbers are just crazy.
A lot. Yeah. I don't even know what I would do with it.
I remember in Milwaukee seeing somebody walk Sunday morning already with an uncut sheet, and I'm like, how is that possible? Did you have enough tickets
to combine a bunch of?
Yeah, I mean that's how it had to be, but
yeah,
woof.
Yeah, but yeah, I got the premium. Yeah. I was trying to get the VIP, but they sold out.
Yeah, only 100 of them. Yeah,
I was like in the thread, and it'd be like, the button's active. And I was like, where is the button? It's still not active.
For someone who's going to be a judge or a lore guide, you would really get the VIP, spend all that extra just for the back.
He doesn't know he's a judge yet, right?
Yeah, I don't know that I'm a judge.
Lore guide.
Lore guide, yes, that's right. A lore guide. I don't know that I'm going to be a lore guide. I should find out tonight or early tomorrow. So we'll see, TBD on that. But my justification for this is that I was like, okay, I've already got the playmats from doing the Australia event, which is awesome. But if I get these 2 playmats, I'm like, I wonder if I could leverage those 2 playmats to try to get the Cinderella playmat from Milan. That would be my I
mean, the value's there.
Yeah.
Like you basically get the VIP value back of just doing anything with those playmats at the current market, right?
Yeah.
So
I think they're going
to
I think they're going to tank. There's a lot of playmats going out.
They'll definitely go down over time, yeah.
I think they'll go. I honestly think these will actually stay pretty valuable I think they'll go down after this event.
Sure.
But I think they'll go back up afterwards because they're pretty exclusive.
Speaking of going up, can I jump in real quick? Did you guys know this Elsa Ice Artisan is 600 something? Like it just skyrocketed. It's the only Chanty I pulled this set, and I was just looking, browsing last night and was like, what?
I'll tell you what, some of these enchanteds have gone through the roof in price. I've also we were talking at Bodax this past weekend, and the Winnie the Pooh from Fabled is $1,400 or something like that.
That's
which is
cheapest list.
Crazy.
It's closer to 8 or 9, I think, was last sold. But yeah, the cheapest listing you could buy it for was like 1,400. Yeah, the Fabled have gone to the roof.
Yeah, just
Still.
because of the limitations on the product or the
wild
hard
to
to get,
me.
but
that you're
I've never
so-
watched Heather pull that in front of me at Fortuna, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. You know, I'll get it over time. It's a common card. Like nobody's playing that card unless it's just for flex, and it's a beautiful card on both fronts. But never imagined in my wildest dreams that one and the Steamboat Willie Mickey that I also have signed by the artist Maria Moreno. But both of those common cards and being extraordinarily high in value right now is
Worth more than
insane to
Elsa.
me.
What? I'll trade you my Steamboat Willie Mickey, Vince, for your Elsa.
Not a chance. Nah. Because the story of how I pulled that is just too good. I wish I had on. But what are the so yeah, I'm excited. We'll see. I don't know if I get the judge slot. I don't know what I'll do. I'll
Lore Guide.
probably get a refund. Lore Guide, thank you. Lore Guide slot for the I don't know. I'll try it. Maybe return it or I don't know what. To be honest, as Brad said, the value's still there really for it. So might as well keep it. I guess and can always turn around and try to get things that I don't have. But yeah, that's pretty much like the news in a nutshell here. Shall we move on to Constituents Corner?
Oh boy, I hope I remember how to read. Constituents Corner, our first question comes from Captain Jimmy. He said, based on the cards, who wins in a head-to-head, toys or supers?
Toys
cards. Toys look spicy, man. I'm excited for a lot of those.
No, I'm just biased.
Vince?
I like the toy cards better. I don't know that those cards are actually better. I haven't looked at them all enough.
Yeah.
They're probably worse because they're aggro cards, right?
Well, I know Andy was going to say this because they're all those toys are in his room with his name on them.
Yep.
So I figured that was the way to go. But I agree, toys, I think. Also, just partially, like, I am partial to the Toy Story franchise.
Sure.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think The Incredibles is a incredible movie. But I prefer Toy Story if we're pitting those two together.
It's the best Fantastic Four movie to date.
Wow.
It's not a high bar. I mean, the new Disney Marvel one is miles ahead of the other two, but for the longest time, I liked the joke that The Incredibles was the best Fantastic Four movie.
Real quick, I do just want to give a shout out. I wanted to make sure that it was the German card creator, that content creator that did the Syndrome reveal is Card Crows.
Card Crows.
To reveal that. I didn't have that.
That's a throwback. Way back in the early days of episode 93. If you've lasted this long and you made it all the way, we really appreciate it. Keep listening. It gets better, I promise. And actually, well, I've got your attention. Have you subscribed? Because we're almost only 250 or so subscribers away from hitting our 1,000 subscriber mark. We're also only 7 weeks away from hitting our 100th episode. And we're planning some fun stuff for both of those occasions. How awesome would it be if they were like the same occasion, right? You know, just saying. So
100, 1,000,
100,000.
Exactly. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel video and continue on, Brad. What's the next question?
Next question.
The answer is toys for sure. I like as much as I love supers, but my opinion is so far I am more interested in toys. Moving on, another question from Jimmy. He said, if Iconics existed from the beginning, what would they have been for sets 1 through 8? That's a loaded question.
Right. So for the next 8 hours of this podcast,
I think there'd be some switching around. I put together a little list. I didn't do every set, but as I was, prepping for the show here, I was like, this is an interesting question because I think some of these would be moved around, like Ariel and Hades. I think those would be at different times too. Like Ursula's return. I think an Ursula Ariel combo would be kind of cool, or some kind of sync, some kind of thing like that. But Jafar and Jasmine and Jafar, because I'm trying to keep the princess theme going because it's every set we've had a princess so far. Andy keeps shaking his head. I'm waiting for his
because you can't because you're not supposed to
that?
put them from the same franchise.
You're not supposed to, but
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
you could argue that for Mickey and Minnie being in the same one too.
They're
And I
Mickey and
understand
Minnie. They're
they'll
special.
go together. I know. But thinking in the Mickey and Minnie aspect, Jafar, Jasmine, Ursula, Ariel, something like that. Even the Shimmering Skies. I like the idea of Daisy and Donald from that set. But
so I mean, I think the first chapter is actually probably easiest to answer because I think they would have done the Elsa and the BLT
The
Mickey.
Stitch. Exactly. Elsa and Stitch.
The BLT Mickey.
BLT Mickey wasn't even an enchanted. Like, it's just a regular legendary card. It's got to be Elsa and Stitch.
They have used that BLT Mickey on so much of their
Except an
promotional
enchanted card.
materials.
you know what card I think of? You're going to laugh because we joked about it with Heath on his show for Fabled, but the Moana has been in so much promo material as well. The 3 or 4, the princess ones, yeah. So that was I had Maui and Moana for the well, again, I also agree with Andy that we wouldn't split those up, or that they wouldn't be in the same franchise, but Maui for sure I think would be one of my first chapter guesses.
I think you have to basically take enchanted cards and assume that they would just get upgraded to iconic.
Not necessarily.
That's
the Ariel and Hades weren't enchanted. They were only iconic.
You got to imagine that if they had iconics back then, they most likely would have chosen, a card. A card wouldn't have not gotten enchanted. It's not like they were sitting there going, man, this, first chapter Moana, that's a random common card. If only there was something better than enchanted, this card would be it. It's not good enough for enchanted, but it is specifically good enough to skip enchanted and go all the way to...
I don't know that I agree with that logic.
I don't either. What I would just thought of, since we know about Fabled and its inclusion in the rotation here, I wonder if Maleficent Dragon, the enchanted that we called for early on in our podcast, would have been an iconic at that time. It wasn't as playable in set 1, but it's a beautiful enchanted card later on that would have been a great iconic card at that stage of the game.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it's an enchanted in the promo set, so it's never even really got it like the enchanted within
correct. Yeah, it was an enchanted reprint, or it was a promo. You're right. Yeah.
So, So
it's fun.
I'll just say right now, my hot take for Rise of the Floodborn, Sorcerer's Spellbook, obviously gonna be an iconic, mostly just to annoy our good friend Ron at the Snuggly time.
We'll be talking about the Sorcerer's Spellbook in, toward the end of the podcast, very, very briefly. But I don't know that I subscribe to that.
The 2 would have been Cinderella and probably Beast, right? Because they're still early on and they're trying to market this as best they can. Even though I would have preferred something like Lady Tremaine or Arthur, but Cinderella and Beast got to be set 2. Set 3. Again, I kind of would love to see like Morph, and Morph would be cool, but it would probably be was this a set 3 was not a Jafar's thing. So I don't know. Ursula would be a good one. Maybe they would do Kida.
Grandma Tala.
Kida's the only princess.
Are you looking at the Enchanted?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Enchanted because most likely it would have been an Enchanted. Ariel, Sonic Warriors, pretty. I mean, I say that, but then they love Cindy. They wouldn't do double Cindy's, so it's got to be like Ariel.
They've had Enchanted Cindy's for like 2 or 3 sets in a row.
Yeah, but Iconic's different, right? You wouldn't do double Iconics, I feel like, but
We never know.
I don't know. I think maybe the Ariel. They might do the Ariel Adventures Collector.
That turned out to be a beautiful enchanted in set 9. Yeah, the Ruby Ariel.
Oh, in set
Also,
This is
9.
partly why I don't subscribe to your idea that they wouldn't just only have upgraded enchanteds that they did in that set. I think what's more likely is they would have looked and been like, what is the best? Like, what artwork do we want to feature here? Where do we want to?
That also raises another question, though, is like one of my biggest things about why I've pushed back on early on is like we get some great artwork, like the Striking Illusionist Jafar, and everybody was like, oh, he should be an enchanted. I'm like, no, the art's already so good. But they also did do the enchanted of it. And I was like, so is that one too. So it's like there's 2 versions of this card now. And I already thought the art was great on one, but now we get, multiple iterations of it that like I don't know that they need to do an enchanted on one that's already so good in its basic form is what I'm trying to say. But they clearly don't care. They allow that to happen and they all turn out great anyway. So I don't know. It's fun to speculate. We'll never know the answer to that because it didn't happen. But I think that was Jimmy's intention, was to just, what do you guys think? And I want to know what Jimmy thinks if he wants to answer this in the Discord or in the comments below to help that algorithm. I see you guys been pushing that for here on YouTube and Spotify. So, but yeah, I think it's fun. Did you guys have any final thoughts on any of the other ones we didn't talk about?
I'll just do Ursula's Return real quick and say that I think Sisu would have probably the empowered.
Sisu? Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be a cool one. I feel like you really have to get in the mindset of like Disney marketing and just realize that like Brad's right. They've done a princess every time. I wouldn't be surprised if they ride that princess train as far as they can, right? Like always do a princess because that's going to draw a lot of people in. And then like fan favorites, right? You got to do fan favorites. If you don't, you're going to everyone loves Buzz. Everyone loves, like Wreck as well. But there's probably more Buzz Lightyear fans than there are Rex fans, right? Like you just gotta accept that, even though that's the one I might enjoy. But so
you don't promote Toy Story with Rex, right? You promote it with Buzz and Woody. You'll get your Rex card. You might get a special epic Rex card or something too. We don't know what the epics are, but and I think what Rex is a good candidate for that if they haven't revealed the 3 Amber epics yet. But yeah. So
you know what else? What other iconic would have been in set 4 for Ursula's Return, and only for Heather, a wall.
Get out of here! Get out of here! I was looking at that one on TCG Player last night. Last night, and I saw there was $12. I'm like, you know what? I bet Heather still has an extra one. I'd rather just give her cash instead of ordering one here.
No, she's keeping it.
Is she keeping it? She's building a fort.
Yeah.
Archimedes from set 5 and Mufasa from set 5.
Yeah.
Mufasa actually has a chance, but Archimedes would be so dope.
Yeah.
Like some crazy foiling or whatever.
I mean, Belle is another good one called the Accomplished Mystic, but we did actually end up getting an enchanted
Fable,
which is so pretty. I'm actually surprised that card hasn't really like gone. If it has gotten more expensive,
it's in Fabled, so I've been watching it. Emily pulled that one.
Well, I might be spoiling something here, but I think as a keeper of the ROV prize card bucket, we've got a whole box over there of prize cards. I believe we may have had a Belle, Accomplished Mystic enchanted from Fabled, donated to that bin. So maybe in the near future, we may have some events or some way that you can win that enchanted. That enchanted will at some point be given away to an ROV fan, viewer, participant, tournament participant. So be sure to subscribe, ring that bell.
Find out all that information in the future episodes.
Next question.
All right, from Lucas, he asks, inspired by the new legendary The Queen that was announced, what's a card that goes crazy in an incredibly specific game state?
What is this Queen?
It's the Emerald Queen. I assume that when you play it, if your opponent has more, I can just pull it up. I guess if your opponent has more cards than you, I think you draw a card, but they also gain lore for it.
Yeah,
What?
that's the gist.
It's the old hag queen. That style of her. Where's she at? Oh, it's not in my
Green.
list.
You said it's a green queen. What cost?
I said it was an Emerald Queen.
Emerald Queen. 1 cost? No.
No, she's a legendary. I think she's a 4 cost.
Legendary, huh? The
Yeah.
Queen. Devious Disguise.
There we go.
Storyboard Villain Queen. Sorcerer. 4 cost, 5/3 quest for 1. When you play this character, you may draw a card. If you do, each opponent gains 2 lore. While an
Okay.
opponent has more lore than you, this character gets
That's what it is.
+2 lore. Bad.
But in some they talked about it on the dev stage today, the main stage. In some situations, it could be kind of quite a bit of fun. I think. But the first thought I go to with cards like this is, finally, Ruby Emerald never really got off the ground. We've had fun decks with it, but never quite got there. And then if you think about this card and the things that you can do with the lore swinging, there's a lot of cards in Ruby that siphon lore off of you, like the Aladdins and such, and Pirate's Life that helps swing that in your favor as well. That you can kind of take that back away from the opponent if you have to give them that 2 lore at any given time. But it's one of those cards where it's when it comes out, like it's very, very risky. I'd have to see some play lines to really figure it out. But I don't suspect, based on a lot of the people's opinions that I've seen online when this card was revealed, that I don't suspect it's going to find its way into a lot of meta heavy decks. But I feel like it could be a sleeper in some decks, maybe. I don't know.
You never know. I think it is reasonable to recognize that, like, your lore and your opponent's lore is a resource, like cards in hand, like ink and inkwell, like cards in deck. These are all resources that you have to manage while playing the game. So it's not unreasonable to give them 2 lore necessarily to draw a card, right? Like that happens in other card games where it's like pay some of your life total, which is what keeps you in the game, to do something that would benefit you. I just, even without that, a 4 cost 5/3 draws a card, I guess that's pretty good. But giving 2 lore,
I mean, just keep in mind that the question here isn't about this card. It's about what's a card that goes crazy and
no, we're evaluating this card. He brought up this card, and it's now all about this.
Yeah, it's like we're evaluating the card.
I just don't know that this goes hard in a
focus
specific
too,
situation. I don't even know which magical Christmas land the card goes in, but
I think time will tell. But do you guys have any cards in regards to something like the Queen, something crazy? Like my idea was, only because I've been playing around with it a little bit in testing, is the new Tamatoa, the 7 cost that gets more lore for every time you put a card underneath a character on its turn. Or on your turn. So whenever he can quest, for every time you boost, every time you put a card under through other means, he gets +1 more lore. And I think there are situations, especially in the Amber Sapphire deck that I'm playing with right now, where I get him up to 4, 5, 6 lore at a time, and he's got wards, so it's absolutely ridiculous. So he comes out, he stays there unless you're playing against an Amber deck or somebody, he's sitting there solo, which you don't want, and gets B-kinged or something. But the only other time I've seen him really pop off was in a Sapphire Emerald deck, where they were doing the Fred Honeywell shenanigans too, and just got him up to like 9 lore on a single turn from all of the boosties from what Fred does. And I was like, this card is absolutely insane, but it takes very specific scenarios where you can boost a lot and put a lot of cards underneath other cards to really hammer in that super lore turn there.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a particular straightforward answer here, because I don't ever really build decks around one particular character. I often build things around
I do.
energy. Yeah, I know. I don't though. Which is fine that you like doing that, and I love that. And that's why you've got a great because you've liked to build around like some of these characters. You know, whether it's
Mufasa! Say it again.
Mufasa, the Tala,
Say it
the, you know,
again.
the Grandma Tala, all these other cards that you've tried to play around with to make use of. And I just like, I think the closest I've ever come is that like Donald Duck Sorcerer that like makes like keeps, you know, you can't win unless you hit 25 lore. I don't think that does anything crazy to the game state though, necessarily, particularly. So it's just hard for me to answer because most of the cards that I like to play tend to synergize with other things. So like the crazy combos that I'm interested in playing are things like these item decks that go kind of wild. Like I really enjoy that synergy that happens when you're playing a bunch of items and you know you're trying to get like 20 lore in one turn. So maybe you are building, say, like the we have that 8 cost Tamatoa. You know, for every item you have in play, you get 1 lore. Like maybe that is, I guess, the closest to a card that goes crazy in a very specific game state because you can basically go from 0 to 20 in 1 turn, and that can be a lot of fun. But really, yeah, that's about the only thing that. What about you, Andy?
Kida, Crystal Scion, 8 cost 7/7, Floodborn Hero Princess, Shift 6. When you play this character, each player may put up to 5 cards from their discard into their inkwell, face down and exerted. Pay 7. Look at the top 2 cards, put 1 in your hand, 1 on the bottom of your deck. You may do this as many times as you have ink available in your turn. I think there is a game state where 40 of the 60 cards in my deck are in my inkwell, and this Kita is on the board, and I really, 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 really need one specific card that could be anywhere in those 20 remaining cards in my deck. And I have plenty of ink, so I'm going to be able to pay 7 over and over again to just develop my brain from here until it's as, you know, wrinkly as it possibly can be. And
I need to start reading cards better, as we all know here on the Rules of Villainy podcast, because I didn't realize that the ramp from Kita came from your discard. So I feel like that makes her better in the sense that like the Chernobog that exists now in Emerald, where you can effectively use that in a game state where they don't have much in their discard, so you're getting a lot more ramp than they are. In Chernobog, you can get him out without the other person playing something for free if they don't have anything in their discard. So that changes my opinion on the Kita a little bit, but still the ramp is nice if you can get it out there with all the develops and the sales and all that stuff. But the 7 cost for a develop, I don't know that I'm ever triggering that unless, you know, I just have a spare random 7 ink that I'm not using that turn, right? Like that ability is what makes that card makes me scratch my head. Like what are we doing with that?
Well, but here the thing is for Andy is that not only is he doing that, he's putting like 40 cards in his inkwell, but then because there might be that one card that he needs that's actually in his inkwell, he's like, haha, ink geyser.
Ink geyser.
There we go. No. I hate having more than 7 cards in my hand because once like I get ink geysered, Eddie geysered me this past weekend at the collector store, and I had 12 something cards in my hand, and I was like, I don't know what to do here because I know he's going to go to 6 ink next turn, on his next turn, and then I'm just going to be so far behind. But in any situation, unless I have a bunch of low to the ground things that I can start flooding the board and stuff with, like there's too many like decision points there that I just want to give up the game at that very moment. Too many cards, can't do it.
So how about this? Hear me out. Ready? Mufasa. You land a Mufasa.
Say it again.
Blue Mufasa. And then you spend your 8 ink on Kita. You get 5 ink into your inkwell exerted. And then you quest with Mufasa to ready all of your ink. And now you get to use that 5 ink that you've ramped before your opponent. Because that's like one of the huge negatives to this is because when you play this card, unless you find one of those scenarios where they don't have anything in their discard or enough in their discard for it to matter, then they get to play, you know, they get to take advantage of that ramp 5 before you do. Same with Friend Like Me, right? No, is it Friend Like Me? No, it's
Yeah.
it's Friend Like Me because it
3
comes into
ink.
play exerted,
Yeah.
so you don't get the advantage of using it first. But yeah, Keith is pretty bad.
He'd had
Yeah.
Mufasa 16 inks worth of characters to get that full effect there. But
Right.
yeah.
Is that our last question, Mr. Mayor?
I had one more. It's gonna be really quick. We talked about it before. Our friend Chappie, in the content creator space as well, reached out on Twitter regarding the rules of villainy cards after we updated our little graphic with Syndrome on there, asking, we have 4 rules of villainy that are missing that we know of, in betweens 1 and 13. Who do we think are locks for those 4? If there's only 4 left, who do we think they are?
Hades.
My answer is I can't answer that question.
You're not going to break the NDA?
The rules of villainy has an NDA of writing the rules of like.
What
how do
did
you
I miss? Well, I
how
was
do you
gone.
think the rules of villainy end up on these cards from Robin's?
Yes.
You know.
Well, Chappie, as I said on Twitter, I think Hook and Hades are a lock, and some other answers that I had were Tamatoa and the Evil Queen.
So what I'm hearing is Brad is like the NDA.
I don't know about it. I wasn't here for any NDA. I'm just getting back into the swing of things. I'm just going to throw all that information out there.
It's definitely Hades, and it's the 67th rule of villainy: never get a hothead.
I think we will get. Who's a good villain?
Lotso.
We did. That's
what I was thinking was Lotso.
Evil
I think we'll get
like
one
strawberry
for sure. Yeah,
we've done this before. We did this episode.
Yeah.
We did this.
Yeah, we did this before.
But yeah, so it was going to be really quick.
An
But
Anton
I thought it was
Ego.
a good
An Anton Ego.
Villainy.
That's because
positive reviews.
Yeah, no. We had said something like evil's a dish best served cold or something.
Okay.
But that's all we had. I just wanted to shout out Chappie and appreciate him reaching out regarding our fun little rules of villainy stuff there. If you want your questions answered, please comment below here in Spotify or YouTube. We will find them. We will answer them here on the podcast. You can also join our Discord and the Constituents Corner channel, where often conversations start happening before they even reach the podcast when the questions are asked, or find us on all the socials at Rules of Villainy.
Boost the algo.
Boost the algo. See, I still got it, guys. That just rolled right out.
Speaking of boost. Speaking of boost.
Boosties.
Boosties is boosting its way to the top table.
Top tables.
Congratulations.
On his alleged place win at Bodox.
How'd you do at Bodox, Vince?
I got 7th, buddy. I got 7th. I was at least not the bubble. I was not the bubble.
Yeah, I bubbled at TCS the same day and kind of wished I went out there, of course, to support Hunter and play. I thought each one of the signups had 20 plus people at the time, and when I saw Bodax only fired with like 11, I'm like, dang, 12. I could have knocked it. 12. I could have knocked Vince into the bubble. Damn it.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Vince. But yeah, it's all right. Well, I had a good time. But yeah, talk about yours first before I get into mine.
Well, no, I was just saying that Boosties is a reasonable deck.
Yep.
If you believe there is a lot of Blurple at your meta, and you aren't confident in the Blurple mirror match, which both of you. I don't know if Brad isn't confident. He just doesn't like playing it. And Vince says he always loses the Blurple mirror match and he hates it.
I do.
Yeah.
Always. My 2 losses at Bodax were against the mirror.
Here's how you win the Blurple mirror. You win the die roll and then you hit ramp. That's it. That's
it. Big brain.
I won the die roll the first in the first match, lost it in the second, I think, but still lost both matches.
Yeah.
So Blurple mirror is a chess match. You don't lose the chess match because you are the black pieces first or the white pieces first. It's a mirror. You've got tools to deal with it. Don't worry.
It's about winning the evasive war. That's what it's about.
Yeah, there's a lot of different micro battles that make up the Blurple war. We won't go into that necessarily here. Honestly, if we had an affiliate code, we would shout out DKP's Metafy and then get a percentage of your signups.
Which
He's
honestly, if
cracking
we
up.
did, we would have used that own code for ourselves.
Yeah,
because I think like 4 of our team members have that Metafy guy.
I was cracking up on last week's episode when you guys were talking about the affiliate code for DKP. That was great.
DKP, if you're listening, we're still available.
absolutely. But yeah, so ultimately, if you really need to win a playmat and you need to do well at your set champs, I do still think Blurple is probably strongest
Safe.
deck in the meta. Amethyst Steel can be teched towards any meta, so I still think that is a reasonable choice if you like playing that. And Amber Steel, although it is definitely not for me, it is pilotable to at least a card, if not a playmat. So play one of those. If you are looking to have a little more fun, maybe you already want a playmat, maybe you already want a card, and you think, you know what, I'm not going to get a playmat. I don't really care about Tinkerbell that much. Boosties is a lot of fun. I've been experimenting with three decks: Amber Ruby Boosties, Ruby Sapphire Actions, and Sapphire Steel Duck Detective. And I played all but the Duck Detectives out of set champs so far, and I've tested a bunch of them internally. Ruby Sapphire Actions is by far the most fun. It is the biggest adrenaline, adrenaline amount you can get. But I did very, very poorly with it at set champs. It has its highs and its lows. It is, I mean, you're pulling the slot machine, right? Like, sure, you've balanced it in your favor with 42 actions. I think there's 42 actions in the deck.
18 characters, 42 actions.
There are 4 characters at 4 of. That's 16. Those are the core characters, and then I have 2 T-pos, and the rest are action. So, you're gonna hit something. Like, you've definitely,
Is it like doing power line stuff or no?
No, it is Robin Hood, Sharpshooter.
Oh, okay.
Lilo, Olaf, Maui
Yeah.
Shark.
Got it.
Just those. And then, like I said, 2 T-pos to make sure I hit ramp, but I use 1 jump, sail mostly. Any 1 or 2 cost action that draws you a card, automatic 4 of. So vision, develop, and then the amount of times I've played 20 plus inks worth of stuff in one singular turn on turn 4, mind you. Turn 4.
Yeah, with your Olafs, your 9 cost Olafs you're playing for free.
Yep, 9 cost Olafs for Lilos to ready the Robin Hood to keep him around for another turn. It is unbelievable. However, I have had games. I did set champs last weekend where I hit the Robin Hood, 42 actions. I flipped over 2 Olafs, a Lilo, and like a develop or something. So I still hit the action.
You got it. You got it.
But I lost 2 Olafs and a Lilo in the process. There was one game I flipped over 3 Olafs and a T-po. And I was like, well, I just lose. I think I just lose this game. I think this is over. It was like the second trigger or the first trigger of Robin Hood, and I was against Blurple. I'm like, this is just over. We might as well.
You can't even rely on Shark reliably when the Hades exists on the other side of the board, right?
Rough.
Yeah, Blurple. That is a rough match. Are you gonna play a different deck this weekend?
Well, so game night is comes with a lot of pride. There's a lot of pride on the line at game night. It is one of the biggest tournaments, and everyone goes just for fun, basically, right? They have decent prize support. Like, it's a regular tournament. It's not triple case. It's not singular case like some people are doing. They didn't add any extra crazy stuff. It's just game night, but it's everyone. The whole crew comes out, and we have a great time. Brad and Vince.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
You love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Brad,
good. It's packet entry. I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to shout that out at the beginning of the show. Packet entry, pack into the prize pool. We're looking at 40 people right now, so lots of packs in the prize pool for the top 8. But I'm hoping to max it out. We have a max of 48. I would love to fill that out. We're right there at the 40 mark right now, and really excited. When you're listening to this, if it's Friday, it is tomorrow. If you are local, please come out, check it out. It's going to be a great time. And we are also raffling off the oversized Tinkerbell card from the beginning of the set. I thought it was perfect because we're playing for Tinkerbell cards, right? And so I got the okay to raffle that off. It'll be at the end of Swiss, and present to win, and try to encourage you to stick around and have a great day playing some Disney Lorcana with us.
And just so you know, we definitely still want you to come out. I am going to win that Tinkerbell card in the raffle, so I don't want you to like really get your hopes up on that. Definitely going home with Tinkerbell. Like, I've already put my name in the bucket extra times when Brad wasn't.
Oh, you've rigged the game.
Mm-hmm.
You've rigged the wheel. That we'll be doing.
What is this, Virginia?
Yeah, I've painted my ping pong ball
with
magnetic paint.
You got it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Brad will be competing because he has.
No, I'm not.
Why not?
I'm doing content. I'm going to do deck lists. I'm going to be filming video content. So that's another thing, which I will announce to everybody there. I hope you don't mind being filmed and have your pictures taken. Like, I always take pictures, but this time I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos, getting candid videos. I'd like to make just a fun video celebrating the great turnout and just how much fun we have at the store. So that is my goal on the day.
Unless we're at 47 and you would make 48, you are playing, sir. Then we'll have 48 players.
The plan is to do content. We'll see what happens. I would like it to be 48 of my friends playing the game while I'm filming it. So we'll see.
Fair enough.
I'm excited. I always loved being the lore guide. It's one of my favorite events that we do in the year.
But yeah, I have to play something decent. So I don't know if I'm going to whip out the Blurple again. I don't know if I have it.
I mean, it did well in the first tournament. Can it do well in a 40-person tournament?
Can I throw out a suggestion?
What?
I'm a big fan, and this is the same as it was in Reign of Jafar. Shout out to Lore Games, Alvin over there. When I was playing the Dino deck back in Reign of Jafar, had a great time with it. Came really close to a Wild Growth and a couple others with that deck. Amber Sapphire Boosties, which you were giving me crap about before the podcast. Lore Games has one out there right now that is hella fun, like super fun. I just got it. I'm gonna try to. If I have the time to sleeve it up before Bodax tomorrow night, and if I go to Bodax, that is what I want to play. Which by the way, Andy, I'll need to borrow a couple of Raging Storms. But it is awesome. Like I love everything about it has just been like, okay, like I ramp up to 7 or 8 so quickly with the Kristoff and the Ludwig and whatever else out there, and then the draws from the Webby's Diary and whatever else have. I don't have the list in front of me currently. I've only have the most limited experience with it, but
Detectives, Boosty Crabs.
Yeah, I named my deck Krabby Patty.
Krabby.
Yeah, don't you?
The Kristoff that costs 1 to boost.
Costs 1 to boost, but if you play Rue on 1, you can just boost him for free, or Gaston.
But that costs your character, though.
Yeah. It's Rue. Sometimes he gets the lore, sometimes he doesn't, because depending on what they do on turn 1, if they establish anything.
Boost, and then, so are you just like trying to turbo boost to like?
Yeah, man.
Raging Storm or Hades or something. This has 1 boost 1 character.
Here's what I challenge
Andy
Andy to do. I challenge you to build this deck.
Go find the list.
Play it on Deck Tech Tuesday next week, and think about playing it. Oh, well, actually, this is the last weekend of set champs.
Yeah, you missed Deck Test Tuesday a couple nights ago, Vince.
Okay. Should have been. All right, here's the deal.
I even asked in the
build the time machine. Go back a few days.
No,
build this deck and play it for Deck Tech Tuesday.
I'm not
Not a fan.
I'm not a fan of this deck. This isn't the boosties. This isn't the boosty way. All right.
I've had so much fun with it though. You get free boosts from free boost from Rue. You get it from the recovered page. I mean, I guess that costs one, but I don't know. Like I said, limited experience, but I don't know. I'm gonna try
Ruby
tomorrow.
Amber boosties. I think the
It's
selling
definitely
point
better. Yeah,
is better than this. Yeah, I think the selling point is that you have Scrooge and Aladdin both at 2 and 3 costs that are boost 1, that are really easy to be able to get out there and just like grind away with that value. Not to mention that Scrooge specifically continues to gain value every single time you boost him. None of these characters, other than Pete, I guess, but Pete is so expensive. Like Pete and Tamatoa are great boost cards, so expensive. The ability when I have 8-ish ink or something like that, and I top deck a Scrooge, I don't even have to top deck a Scrooge. I can top deck a War Rewrite History, pay 3, get a Scrooge back, play the Scrooge, boost the Scrooge, pay the 1, and draw a card, and like we're right back in.
Honestly, that Pete is such a like. I feel like it's one of those cards that's really shiny, and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna be good. And like we all tried it. Like I tried it in a Blurple deck, and you just kind of realize that it's actually like it's really expensive for what it.
I don't think he fits in Blurple.
Better
At that point in the
making-
game in Blurple, when you're playing 5 costs, you're looking for Hades or Elsa, right? Like, there's so many other ways to draw in Blurple that you don't need Pete.
Yeah, this list isn't a terrible idea, right? I just don't know that either. I'm not educated on the play lines that involve Pleakley and Bell, right?
Yep.
Both of those seem kind of weird. Rue doesn't
Yeah.
seem like you're getting the value out of it that you would maybe in a Lanwi or something.
I don't know.
I love the Black Cauldron. Like that's a great addition to it. The recovered page is not terrible, mainly because you can boost twice.
Yeah,
right?
you draw and you get to draw a character from it, and you get to use it as a boost. So
it there's benefits to it.
yeah,
I
might
just
try it out tomorrow night.
Let's talk a little bit about your experience, essentially, Brad.
Mine, yeah, that a collector store. This past Saturday, I played Amber Ruby. No surprise to anybody who listened to this entire set of Rules of Villainy. That's the one I've been on for basically Wonderful's version of it. He called it True Valor and has been updating it throughout the set. Started off the day, I think we started with 26 people. I started off against Christian. We know is a great Blurple player here in the area. Plays with us on Thursday nights. Plays at the collector store, probably on Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm not sure how often, but we know him. Great player. Round 1 into Blurple, and I lucked out in the sense that he missed ramp, turn 2 ramp each time. each of those games. We still took it to 3 games. Yeah, 3 games. Well, there was one where he got ramp, but the 2 games that I won, he missed it because we went to 3 games, and it was a brutal back and forth where I turned it around for me in game 2 or one of the games. This is a 5 days past now, but I got to do a double Ohana on one turn. I had a Rhea out there, so it was charge into something, ready it up with an ink, play Ohana, charge into something, got another Ohana from it, and it completely turned the game around. And he hadn't seen any decks like that before with the strength-based stuff from Della's and Sisu and Horseman and Nala, or not Nala, I always say Nala, Sarabi. And he was really impressed with it. It was a really, really great game, but I ended up pulling that away. Second game, I went into Tom Warren, one of our friends here locally, and he just absolutely dogged me. Usually I have a good matchup against dogs. I thought he was playing something fun, but it was pure dogs to the fullest extent. I had my board set up, couldn't find my Lumieres to protect my Mulans and everything. We were just kind of in this stalemate. And of course, when he's top decking, he gets to the point where he just top decked the one, not the one. He probably has 4 of them, but the under the sea to wipe my board and just take it away from there. So that happened both games. So I got 2-0'd there. Third game was another Blurple. Jeremy, he ended up beating me in 3 games as well because I did the Ruby Amber thing, where it just take people by surprise. And I feel like I play that deck really well at this point, but I couldn't get past that Blurple, unfortunately. And then Eddie's Baja. He that was a brutal game. He destroyed me game one with Ink Geyser and Bend to My Will, and just completely took me out of it. Then I reverse swept and got games 2 and 3, and then the final game was against Tyler. He was playing Amber Amethyst, and it was this really unique aggro version of it with John Smith, Pocahontas, all these things that I was battling a big I got the 2-0 on it, but I had to claw and scratch my way back from a big deficit in game one because of this John Smith. I forget exactly what he does, but he gets an extra lore if you don't challenge. I think that's what it is on that turn. And I didn't have the tools to deal with him effectively, to where the game was like 18 to like 3 at one point before I finally took full control. But trying to dodge those gathering knowledge and wisdoms and such, but ended up finishing, I think, 11th or 12th place. So not quite on the bubble, a little bit ways out there, but 3 and 2 on the day. I couldn't complain about how I played. I just, it wasn't in the cards. The dogs one is what really hurt in round 2. After I got through Blurple, I was feeling really, really good. Dogs is supposed to be an easy matchup for me. Even Tom said, this is the matchup I didn't want, knowing what you're playing. And, I didn't find the cards I needed to protect myself and get through it. So
you said it best, Brad.
That's what it is.
It wasn't in the cards. So that means
wasn't.
for the next set champs, we're going to play better cards, same mayor,
Stop it.
better out. All right.
Yeah.
I'm confident with this deck. It's just,
I'm not.
I can't play.
Bodax, I ended up playing Blurple. Big surprise. It's the deck that I'm still most comfortable with, that I enjoy, even though I really, really do not like the Blurple mirror. First round, I was paired into Tyler. He was playing Amethyst Steel. And I think that game went well beyond time because we weren't keeping track of time.
Yeah.
But in fairness, we had some accessibility things on.
Tyler wasn't a cat.
Yeah, Tyler was in a cast.
Oh.
But Vince slow played like a whole. I watched it. I saw it happen. He was doing his best mayor impression there. He was just like,
oh my God.
He was top decking. He like top decked a bow, and he just like looked at the board and went, just sat there for like 2 minutes, and then like played the T-bow. I'm joking.
Yeah. I did have a lot of thoughts to play for that, but I did end up getting that 2-1, and then I matched into Cody, who was playing Emerald Amethyst, and I ended up winning that 2-1 as well. Honestly, I probably would have won that 2-0, but he top decked. He played a Hades, like the 5-cost Amethyst Hades, and I was like, I should have just bottomed the card, but I was like, draw, and he was able from that to draw into a go-go.
Ooh.
Oh.
So that was like, I was like, oh, of course, the one card you could get that would get you out of this. And I honestly was just not thinking about the go-go, but I ended up taking that 2-1. Then I matched into Ace, who was playing Blurple, and I got 2-0'd.
Weird. Is that weird that when Ace plays Blurple? Like I think of Ace and I think of Emerald Steel. Of course, he can't play the Emerald Steel he wants to play right now because it's rotated out. But like Ace on Blurple is just like, who are you?
I mean,
honestly, I'm a little surprised
he's playing a good deck.
He's also toyed around with that deck a little bit too. But anyway, so I got beat there, and then of course I get paired into Brit, and so there's a little backstory here that at Fortuna we're going into the top cut, and it's the round before top cut. I get paired into Brit, and if I win this, whoever wins it gets into top cut. And Brit also playing Blurple, she beat me at Fortuna, and so we get to Bodax, and it's like, my nemesis, I meet you again. It is time for revenge. No, she beat me 2-0. At least I got one game off of her at Fortuna, but not at Bodax. So that ended my tournament. And I did spend the rest of the weekend actually watching more Blurple mirrors to see like how to get better at this Blurple
That's
mirror.
good though. That's good.
So we'll see. We shall see. I was hoping to get some practice at in the Blurple mirror on sorry, the timer's going off for is
You have some in the oven, Vince?
It's cooking up a new Blurple deck, apparently.
yeah, checking out a new Blurple deck. No, but yeah, so I was hoping to get some time in it with it league the other night, but I didn't. Wasn't able to get a practice on the mirror. So who knows? Maybe I'll try to come to Vodax and somebody will be playing Blurple and I can play.
Do that. Can we jump back to TCS really quickly here? I wanted to also shout out Paul. Paul got third place on the day with a Ruby Sapphire Wreck-It Ralph deck. He called the deck Get Wrecked. And all day long, he had people turning their heads. I am imagining it so vividly right now in round 5, the last round of Swiss. Saki turned around and looked at me like, what the heck is going on here? Because he was doing all kinds of shenanigans with the Lonely Grave. He using that as like a B prep for banishing Wreck-It Ralph, and then everything on the all characters with less strength than Wreck-It Ralph. But it all day long, like even this Pete, he has the 7-cost Pete that's a 6/6 quest for 2, and whenever you play this character, if you have another character named Pete in play, you may banish a chosen opposing character. So between that and the draw Pete that we just talked about a little bit ago, the Ghost of Christmas Future, he was just turning heads all day and playing some great, like, I've never seen this deck before, and it was very much my favorite deck of the day, and I definitely want to try it. I don't have the Cindy's, I don't have the Ralphs, I wouldn't be able to. I know that I could reach out, but we're approaching the end of the set where it's like, how much will I get to play this before we start sleeving up new cards? But I sat next to him a couple times and watched some of the stuff he was doing and was like, holy cow, Paul, this is awesome. Have you guys seen anything like this?
I've not.
I mean, I've seen it before.
Cool.
It's okay. Yeah. I don't like the Ralph as a board wipe mechanic. The double Pete is like not a terrible play or whatever. But I'm just it.
At one point, Hunter was sitting there as like the judge, just watching all these triggers, making sure that they triggered. He's doing it correct. And of course, Paul's a great player. He knows how everything triggers. But Hunter was just sitting there like, okay, so bam, just watching everything happen here. Cards going under this one, cards going under that one. Now we're going to turn the grave and it's going to go there. And now that this is triggered, we're going to actually take the boost from this card. And like, man, I could have watched his matches all day. It was so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to talk about with Set Champs or in the last weekend?
Andy?
Really? I won all my matches except the one against Ace. Ace was wrecking everyone at Bodox. I beat Dogs pretty easily. They got stuck, couldn't find the Chromacon. Built a huge board. I made a 10-10 Scrooge McDuck. That was fun. Beat Brit twice. So Vince and Brit's match, I played the winner in the top cut. So I played Brit. Drew a lot of cards. Got to use that $800 Moana or not Moana, Elsa from this set. I have that Chanty in my deck. Got to use that at a location. Gain 4 lore. Cool.
Oh my god.
So kind of nasty. And then and I got a shark win off of a cheeky shark win in game 3. Kristen. Yeah. She was on Amethyst Steel, and I was able to shark had 4 damage on it. I found my one of Ohana, drew 4, found like a world's greatest criminal mind that I played on nothing, and I forget what else was, but got a cheeky last couple lore to win that game. But
oh my gosh,
yeah, play boosties if you want to beat all the Blurple players. And
you think that deck is a solid deck against
pretty good
Blurple?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Would you run it back in a bigger tournament?
I might run it back in game night.
All right. We'll see. Sounds
Exciting.
good.
Can't wait to see it.
Well, we've got new reveals coming out, and we've got a whole bunch of exciting stuff planned for our 100th episode. So stay tuned. And with that, we'll get into everybody's favorite segment. Actually, really mine, because I just pressed the little button here.
Villain of the week.
Take it away, Villain Andy.
This week's villain of the week, apologies to Gantu, is none other than Webby's Diary, a 3-cost amber item with the ability latest entry. Whenever you put a card under one of your characters or location, you may pay 1 ink, draw a card. With the flavor text, a girl needs a place to put her innermost thoughts and feelings, not to mention trap design from Webby.
Of course.
And the art is by Julie Vu.
You know what I love about this card is that I've seen you play it, and then this weekend when I couldn't join you at the set championships, for whatever reason, it cracked me up so much on Discord. You said, my goal this weekend is to deck myself, because every time I see you play it, you are down to like the very last few cards in your deck, because you were just drawing the entire game. It is absolutely insane. I never thought that this uncommon card was going to be such a big part of a very fun looking deck that developed, I think, from somebody in Richmond, right? Or one of the big events. There was a big event where this deck really took off, and here we are today talking about Webby's Diary, what I would never have thought twice about.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Really big event. It was at Bodax Games in St. Louis, Missouri. I heard that this card really popped off and took first place in the tournament. So put it on the map, if you will.
Allegedly.
Wow, yeah. Nothing like the end of the set. But no, you've been playing this for weeks, and every time I watch you play it, like I said, I'm like, wow, that's who doesn't love seeing their entire deck every time they play? Granted, you were always the last one playing at Bodax. You give me crap all the time, but every time that I've got to play this past month, as we were approaching the wedding, when I was fortunate enough to get to play with you, it was always you finishing up, because you just have to trigger everything, and you do it, correctly. But it just, oof.
It doesn't surprise me though, because Andy, one thing we know about him is he loves to draw. That is his favorite mechanic in Lorcana. I'm pretty sure if a card says draw a card, even if it's a jank card, he might consider
draw a card. Yep. Best three
his
words.
Argument will be is it's not jank if it draws you a card.
Best 3 words in Disney.
Yeah, that's the name of the episode here. It's not jank if it draws you a card. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I don't think there's actually much else to say. But except for, let's talk about the artist.
Yeah, Julie Vu, who was actually at Seattle last year. I mentioned it earlier this episode that we'd be talking about the spellbook. Vince and I both, I'm sure Andy too, has a signed spellbook from set 2 from Julie Vu. I even got the Wendy out to show here that she signed for us. So really, really excited about that. The other 4 cards are the upcoming Prince, and is Prince John. Yeah, Prince John. Not Prince John. The Prince and John Smith are both coming out in Wilds Unknown. And of course, we have Webby's Diary, Mrs. Potts, Wendy Darling, and the Sorcerer's Spellbook. So all beautiful illustrations there. We will have a link in the description below for all of their art for you to check out, and hope to see them at more DLCs to sign some more cards for you. So
can't see it because it's right above the camera line here, but I do, in fact, have a signed Sorcerer's Spellbook, and it is hanging on my wall as one of my 6 most prized possession cards.
You have more than one signature on there, right?
Unfortunately, it's not signed by Julie. I do have one of those elsewhere in the binder, but this one is signed by Brendan, one of the original Podcana hosts, and it was my
61st card.
It is my 61st card in the deck, and I had him sign it, and he wrote 61 on it. So
yeah, that's awesome.
61.
Well, that's how that goes. I hope Brandon's doing well. Every time you bring him up, I'm like, I wonder what he's up to. But yeah, that's it for the artist showcase.
Yeah.
Take it away, Vince.
And Brad, do you want to talk about that next week? We'll be doing our
That's a great
villain of the
reminder.
set. Yeah.
Yeah, longtime listeners will know that at the end of every set, we round up every single villain of the week that we've had throughout the entire set, and we'll have a vote. We'll go through it all. You'll vote on who you think is the most villainous card that we talked about. There may be other villains or cards that's been giving you problems, but these are just going to be the ones that we nominated throughout the last 10 weeks, and we'll have a little, we'll have a survey, we'll have some fun with it and see. Have we decided, are we giving anything away? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Now I brought it up. I feel like we should. Yeah. Okay.
We'll find
so
something.
We haven't
Yeah,
finalized
so-
what it is yet, though.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
may be
so-
a pack of cards. I don't know what it'll
we'll
be.
see. We'll see. But we'll take the next week to figure that out. We will recap it next episode. So be sure to tune into that. And then we'll get the survey out with that episode. And then we will award the villain of the set in the last week before Wild's Unknown.
I can say with 100% confidence that it will be, whatever it is that you win, it will be coming in a Disney Lorcana binder because I have way
So
too many
many.
of them.
So do I.
So whatever it is, we're putting it in a binder, and you have to take the binder or you don't get the prize.
We've
So how
had
many-
people, we've had friends of the show. Michael from Team Snuggly Duckling donated a ton of Mickey binders, I think, to give away because a lot of people were buying those for a while. And it is worth buying because that is how I got this beautiful Elsa Enchanted, was from the one stitch binder that I bought at game night a couple weeks ago. So
Awesome. Well, everyone should let us know your thoughts on Villain of the Week. And as we're coming up, Villain of the Set, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you're joining us on audio, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
And if you're joining us on YouTube, which if you're not, you really should. We have a lot of fun over here. Be sure to like and subscribe. Again, subscribe. We are at 750-ish subscribers. We need 250-ish more to make it to 1,000. We have 7 weeks to go before our 100th
That's it.
episode. We must make it.
Is Andy giving out an enchanted for every subscriber that subscribes
Oh.
right on out?
Most certainly not. But I have been told that if we get to 1,000 subscribers, Vince will give out his Elsa enchant directly to me.
wow, congrats, Andy.
No, look, we don't know what it is because it's beyond our control, but the prizes will stack up. We'll eat Vegemite, we'll give away enchanteds. We will certainly give away binders. We got plenty of those. There'll be prizes galore. We'll have tournaments, we'll have live shows. Just 1,000 subscribers, 7 weeks. We can do it. Go.
This is a great time to jump in and say that we understand your time is valuable, so we appreciate you spending some of it with us. If you would like to follow along as we plot our devious plans, you can follow us on all the socials at Rules of Villainy. We have a growing community on Discord, which you can join with the link below.
Until next week, stay safe, fellow villains. Be wary of those wannabe heroes who want to disrupt your villainous plans. And as always, remember the rules of Villainy
And Matrimony.
Subscribe for Matrimony